It's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. From TD Garden in Boston, tonight, the Boston Celtics taking on the Milwaukee Bucks. Won by the Milwaukee Bucks. To Lopez. Middleton. To Adetokunbo. That'll get out of bounds off of Irving. Adetokunbo to Bledsoe. Has a chance. A shot no good there for Lopez.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
To Irving. Knocks it down from mid-range. Simply put, when the ball's in Kyrie Irving's hands, magic could happen.
It's poetry in motion. And it's a situation in which the ball is attached to his body. He has it on a yo-yo. He can put the ball and dangle the ball out there for other people to think they have a chance. And in their mind, they do. But in Kyrie's mind, the game is over.
Irving to Horford. And it's Lopez there for the rebound. Bledsoe with it up top. He'll run the offense to Middleton. And look out. Big finish at the rim.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Kyrie across the timeline. Down just a couple. Horford to Irving. Horford to Marcus Smart. Boston with 4 to shoot. Shot misses there by Smart. To Irving. Down to 5 on the 24. Kyrie Irving, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
That was a tough shot. The guy was in your pocket. He even contested the shot. Everything was going according to plan until then.
Bledsoe to Middleton. Oh, he had it. Kyrie Irving controlling the offense. Here comes the screen. Irving, unbothered by the defense as he drills it. Jay, you've known Kyrie Irving since he was a young man growing up in New Jersey. He's overcome a lot of obstacles, chief among them staying healthy and on the floor.
Yeah, Ed, he's been battling injuries since his freshman year of college, but the beautiful thing about Kyrie Irving is that he always loves the big stage. Making the game-winning shot in Game 7, he will continue to do so when he surrounds himself with great, inspiring leaders with the likes of such Kobe Bryant.
Shot from the lane won't go.
Because he had no body control. You have to be able to control your body when you attack the rim at full speed. That's part of your concentration. People assume concentration just on the rim, but your body control is everything. Be able to speed yourself up or slow yourself down.
Kyrie with the rock. Nothing going here on that drive. Off the mark. Middleton to Adetokunbo. Has a look. Gets a look. Can't hit. To Irving. to Marcus Smart. Fires the three, buries it on the catch and shoot.
I don't know how he saw his man out in the cut like that, but that was nice.
Now the Bucks going to signal for a timeout as they'll talk things over in a one-point basketball game. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor.
Number 24,
Antetokounmpo to Middleton.
Number 20, Gordon Hayward.
Giannis Antetokounmpo. 3 for 4. Good start.
Old school equals high percentage.
Irving brings the ball up court. Trying to cash in. Wide open look, won't go. Long heave from three-quarters court. First quarter in the books. The Bucks in front. One quarter in the books. This has the potential to be a good one.
Yeah, both teams have came out. They played with great energy, and they've also done an excellent job of establishing their own tempo. They have to make sure they have to push through that and do more of that in the second quarter.
Giannis with it up top. Leads one. Slams it down.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. You need to do more of that and create.
To Antetokounmpo. Passed it off. Slams it down.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Boston with the basketball. To Jaylen Brown. Here comes the screen. To Hayward. 5 seconds to shoot. Can't connect from in close. Hill across the timeline. Leads 3. To Antetokounmpo. Celtics have it. Hayward to Marcus Morris. Good. Off a spin.
Come on, somebody tell me when he added that to his arsenal.
Milwaukee with the basketball. Antetokounmpo to Hill. Takes stock of the floor. George Hill to Antetokounmpo. Can't miss those. The follows. Still no good. Hill into the front court. 14-13 our score. It's a one-point game. To Adetokunbo. A pass taken away by the Celtics. Hayward to Jaylen Brown.
2 minutes left in the second quarter.
Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. Hayward, well defended. Bucks at the controls. Hill to Adetokunbo. Nothing going here on that drive. Adetokunbo. Brown into the front court. Down by 1. Here comes the screen. Oh, had him going there for a second. To Jaylen Brown. Has a chance with the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Now a whistle. Now we'll get a timeout called by Milwaukee here in the second quarter. Changes coming from both sides right now.
Substitutions, Milwaukee.
Adetokunbo. A bad pass, and the Celtics have it.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
To Irving.
1 minute remaining in the second quarter.
Kyrie Irving. He's now 4 for 6.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
The Bucks at the controls. Bledsoe to Middleton. Al Horford swats it. Couldn't keep it in. Bledsoe. To Adetokunbo. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
Giannis Adetokunbo at the line for a chance at a three-point play. A career 74% free throw shooter. Free throw good. A three-point play as they move in front here just before the break. Into the front court, it's Irving. Looking to make something happen. Nothing going here on that drive. Driving right to the basket. Pat Connaughton rejects it.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Beyond the arc for 3. Second effort. And a putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Open look, and he buries it. Defense has to wake up. Late heave to beat the buzzer, so we head to intermission all tied up in what's been a tight one from the start. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports halftime.
Let's take a look at what went down so far in this one. The Celtics don't have the advantage or the disadvantage after one half. And these guys have every reason to feel good about how they scored effectively in that opening half. Great offensive display. These are the guys getting buckets. The Bucks are all tied up on the scoreboard after 2 quarters. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets.
Game.
That was an excellent first half of basketball. And I say that because of the way these teams move the ball. The offenses have been flowing, and the action has been mesmerizing. We've got ourselves a nice game here today.
Player of the half.
Antetokounmpo did a great job of reading the defense and exploiting the opportunities where he can make the most damage. He's definitely feeling it. These are the top plays from the opening half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
Ball's controlled by Boston. Brook Lopez with the block.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Antetokounmpo to Middleton. Antetokounmpo to Middleton. Has a look. Given how they're defending, here's Irving into the front court. Our score all even in this third quarter. Horford to Hayward. Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. Gordon Hayward, that's how it's done. It's been a quiet night. Only 3 attempts, but he makes that one stick.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Giannis in control of the basketball. His guys find themselves trailing by a bucket. To Lopez. To Antetokounmpo. Short jumper won't go down.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Now a steal by Milwaukee. Goes to the left side. Irving to Hayward. Here comes the screen. Gordon Hayward, that's how it's done. Consistent effort. He's at 50%.
Oh, don't see the read, be the read.
Giannis with it up top. His guys trail now by 4. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
To Horford. Rebounds pulled in by the Bucks. Middleton. To Lopez. Al Horford. Huge block.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
And stuffs it down. Gotta love the rim rockers.
Gotta be careful, though. Don't hang on the rim too long. You might get a tee.
Giannis in control of the basketball. Trailing by 4. to Middleton. Going to launch beyond the arc. And Chris Middleton on his own island hits it from 3.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the 3.
Horford. To Hayward. Nothing going here on that drive. Hayward unable to connect.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Now the Celtics going to use a timeout as they'll talk things over in a one-point basketball game. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor.
Entering the game for the Boston Celtics, number 46, Aaron Baines.
Irving. To Marcus Smart. Brook Lopez with a piece.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Cruises inside for 2.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
The ball in the hands of Kyrie Irving. Sizing up the defense. Irving. Oh, too much contact. Free throws on the way.
The game is too tight for you to be taking risks like that. You want to avoid foul trouble at all costs.
And he connects on the first free throw. Able to convert on both free throws. Hill across the timeline. His team up by 1. To Lopez. George Hill to Middleton. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That's a heady play for Chris Middleton. Hand in his face, he still buries the 3.
As a defender, you should take it personally when a contested 3 goes in. That's good defense, but it's not good enough.
Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. And stuffs it home. Long heave from 3/4 court. That'll do it. 3rd quarter complete. The Bucks with the lead. The Bucks to inbound to start this final quarter. And you have to figure they like this spot they're in, entering the quarter with the lead on the road.
Yeah, but Ed, I disagree. As a player, I'm not really worried about how big the lead is right now. I'm worried about what kind of energy we're going to enter the 4th quarter with, more important.
Irving. Fine to shoot. Irving to Jaylen Brown. Nice pass to set things up.
Leadership's greatest values occur in between the lines and not necessarily in the box score. And that's the type of leader that Al Horford is. He's the first all-star free agent to choose Boston in decades. And let me tell you this, the legacy of greatness runs deep in the family. His father, Tito Horford, was the first Dominican basketball player to ever play in the league, which goes to show you why Al has such a...
Knocked loose. That's out of bounds. Last touch by Tatum. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes.
Chris Middleton subbing in for the Boston Celtics. Number 12.
Bledsoe with the basketball. All tied up. Just underway in this fourth quarter. Antetokounmpo to Bledsoe. 4-3. Rebound to Rozier. Irving into the front court. He'll run the offense. To Rozier. Here comes the screen. Irving. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Kyrie Irving trying to cash in on the three-point play. A career 87% from the line. Unable to connect. Hill into the front court. His group now down 2. Great feed, sets it up, and look out.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Number 3, George Hill.
Irving. Missed it. Giannis with it up top. All even here in the fourth. Middleton to Antetokounmpo. To Irving. Offensive board. Giannis in control of the basketball. Our score all even here in the fourth quarter. And George Hill good on the quick release for 3.
Just because someone is listening to you doesn't mean that they actually hear you. At the end of the game, when players get tired, they listen to what the assignment was, but they didn't hear what it was.
Horford. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You've heard it before. Slow and steady wins the race. This approach might be working out after all.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Giannis Antetokounmpo at the line for a chance at a three-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Oh, he can't connect. Kyrie, and the finish. Jay, that was unguardable.
Oh, he buckled his knees so bad, it didn't matter if he scored or not. That's a win for the internet.
Antetokounmpo to Middleton. Lets it fly from long range. He might be underrated, but Chris Middleton, the defense was ready, still knocks it down.
Defense, do the math. You force him to take tough twos, you'll probably have a better chance to win this game if you can slow down the pace.
Screen coming. To Jaylen Brown. Knocked loose. Oh, if you're a fan, you love the will and the want. And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
No, no, no. I'll tell you, that like committing unnecessary reach-in fouls like that will be the team that ends up with the L.
Jason Tatum at the line for 2 shots. Hasn't missed yet. And hits the first free throw. And he makes them both. Giannis with it up top. 2-point advantage. To Middleton. Won't go. That's out. Last touch by Al Horford. Time for some new personnel into the game. Hill. To Adetokunbo. Middleton. Oh, they could have really used that one, but the shot's no good. Trying to cash in. Gordon Hayward. That's how now.
I don't know what the point of you having a scouting report is if you don't utilize it. You're allowing him to get to positions on the floor where you know he feels most comfortable. Make it a challenge for him by making him do something uncomfortable.
Adetokunbo to George Hill. Add 2 points to the board. Timeout Boston. They trail by 2. And the question, do they look for the tie and overtime? Or do they go for it all with a 3? Deep 3 at the buzzer. Jason Tatum is going to get 3 shots here. He's perfect from the line so far. Knocks down the first. Second of 3 is good. Perfect from the line. Hits all 3 of them. Now the Bucks gonna signal for a timeout. They trail by 1. Who's it going to be as they get ready for the final shot? Deep 3 at the buzzer. It's a victory here for the Celtics as they just squeak this one out by a point. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and this game wrap up. The Celtics emerged victorious after a tight finish. When you're able to get steals like they did here today, it greatly improves your chances of winning. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Boston Celtics. The Bucks are probably frustrated with themselves after such a narrow loss. When the team goes back and review the film, coach will probably find areas of improvement. But one thing he can't say is they should have shot better. They did a great job of scoring in this game. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Milwaukee Bucks.
Game track. 3-point shooting.
Each of these teams were solid with their long-range shooting. So by extension, they were pretty poor with their perimeter defense. Closing out on shooters must always happen, whether you're tired or not.
Player of the game.
Al Horford blocked plenty of shots, but the stat you don't see is how often he forced opposing shooters into tough shots that resulted in misses. Here are the top 3 plays from the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
That does it for us. On behalf of the rest of the crew, good night.